Hey everyone, Caitlin here with BlackBoxStocks. Today we're going to give a warm welcome to Mr. McDeggins. He has been trading for 14 years and has been with Team BlackBox for 2 years. He will be sharing how he uses BlackBoxStocks for trend trading. Mr. McDeggins, are you ready? We're excited to hear what you have to say.
Thank you very much, Caitlin. Welcome, everybody. My name is Andrew. Some of you may know me as Mr. McDeggins, and I will be guiding you today in this little orientation of how I like to use the BlackBoxStocks trading system to help me make money. So, first thing that you're going to notice when you land on our website, everything is very clean. Everything is very accessible to you. Everything that you're seeing here is crucial to helping you become a successful trader, and I'm going to show you how these tools have helped me. So the first thing that I like to do when I come in is I like to check out the alert stream. This alert stream is a priceless tool. It will give you information such as what is hitting new 52-week highs, what is hitting new 52-week lows. It will tell you about stocks that are having new intraday multi-highs, and it will also give you a window into the dark pool. For those of you that don't know, the dark pool is the exchange where most of these gigantic institutions are placing their trades. So we have a window into the dark pool built right into the BlackBoxStocks trading system. In the alert stream, you can actually filter out any information that you would like to see. All you do is you click the filter button and boom, now you can filter out. You want to see stocks that are being halted. You want to see unhalts. You want to see new 52-week highs, 52-week lows. You want to focus strictly on the dark pool. You can absolutely do that by utilizing the alert stream filters. Awesome tools that were added at the request of our family of traders. Now, when I'm watching over the alert stream, listen, sometimes I like to trade those lower price point stocks. You can actually configure the entire website to only show you the price points that you are interested in trading in. The way you do it is you simply hover right over this symbol right here, and what's going to pop up is a list of price points. If you only like to trade blue chips, you could click over $100. For the sake of demonstration today, I'm going to click the stocks that are trading under $5. When you do that, the entire system will actually shift over to only focus in on those stocks that trade within your price point. So now the alert stream is only focusing on stocks under $5, and the alert log is only showing you alerts from stocks that are under $5. Now in the pre-market session and in the early hours of market and during market hours, I like to pay very, very careful attention to the alert log. If I see something come through on the alert log that is garnering my interest, I'll simply click. And when I do that, boom, what's going to pop up is our advanced charting system will load up for you, and so too will our proprietary one-of-a-kind volatility indicator. The way I use this system is simple and awesome. Now, I see we had some action on this FCEL. In the pre-market and in the beginning seconds of market, I noticed that we had some really unusual volume as opposed to the day before. So what do? How do I find out what's causing all of this madness? Well, all I do is I simply click right here and boom, you have access to a real-time news feed. The news feed is provided by Fly on the Wall. If you look, Fly on the Wall charges $40 a month for access to their streaming news feed. It is built right into the BlackBoxStocks trading system website. And once I pull up the news, here it is. We've got the news as soon as it drops. So when this alert comes and I look at this news and I see that it's restructuring news, okay, I know that this beast is going to run. This is going to have some action to it. What I will then do is I will watch this volatility indicator. If I'm late to the party or I got the news too late into market, for example, if I came in right around this area right here and I noticed that, we already passed the high of day for the day, and now we're continuing up, I would wait for that next pullback. And the way I would do it is by watching this volatility indicator. This volatility indicator is one of a kind. You will not find it anywhere else in the world. And I love to use it because it will actually help you see where that pullback is going to end. So I would watch this volatility indicator, and when I see that the volatility indicator shifts from red to green and is giving me some consistency, I know that that pullback is probably going to end around that area. So it would be a safe place for me to decide to enter my scalp. And there it is. That's one way I use the system. You jump in, you check the news, you check the alerts, you watch the volatility indicator, and it's off to the races. Now, sometimes I like to trade the OTC. If you are not experienced in trading the OTC, let me warn you ahead of time. Please start small and gradually size up. When I click over to the OTC section, the entire website will change now to strictly focus on the OTC. Even the alert stream will now give you information going across the entire OTC. And what I look for when I'm trading the OTC, in all honesty, I pay attention for one alert. I'm looking for one alert, and it is a rare alert, but it is very powerful. We haven't had any of these alerts today, but these are the yellow-colored BlackBoxStocks bouncer alerts. And the way this alert works is actually ingenious. So let's say that the system has picked up a stock that's trading steadily at a level up here. Let's just hypothetically say it was FCEL. Let's say that the 10-day average was right around here, okay, and all of a sudden there's a sell-off on an OTC stock. Well, our system can actually pick out the bottom of the sell-off and alert you of a pending bounce. This bouncer alert is unlike anything I've ever seen anywhere else. I've never seen anything like it. It is very efficient, and it has yielded gains for me personally of 50, 60, 70%. Sometimes I think I've had a couple 100% runners on these bouncer alerts. I have seen them run as far as 365% in the past. Bouncer alert, very, very efficient. Now, I used to strictly trade the OTC for a very long time, and I have switched my focus over to options trading. Now is the time that you are all going to learn why. This is the options tab. And honestly, I like to call this section of the website the holy grail for options traders, because it is going to provide you with information that is priceless to helping you make a determination on what to enter and what not to enter. The trick is when you're using the options flow, the trick is to look for consistency. What we know are these white alerts tell us that open interest has not yet been exceeded for the day. When these white alerts come through and then they start to turn purple, that tells us that open interest has now been exceeded. If you see a yellow alert come through, that means that open interest has been exceeded in one trade. These are opening transactions, and we know that because open interest has been exceeded in one trade. So what do I like to look for? Well, again, we've got an amazing filter system here, and on the BlackBoxStocks educational YouTube channel, I actually break down every single aspect of all these alerts. So if you want to take a minute and check those out, we'll get back to talking about it in a few seconds. It will tell you how to dissect all of this information even further in detail. Let's talk about the filter. This filter here will let you focus in on the criteria that you want the options that you trade to meet. So me personally, I like to trade options. I'm looking for sweeps. Primarily, I want them to be at or above the ask. Okay, so I will just click at or above the ask. And generally, I like to get rid of these white ones. I like to just focus on the magentas and the yellows. Now, let's take a look at these Disneys. Look at these Disneys. We had a lot of Disney today. So if I notice that we're having a lot of look at these Disney calls, if I notice consistency, that's the trick. We're looking for consistency. If I notice that consistency and I click, now I can zoom in strictly on the Disney options flow. This is a lot of options flow to try to make sense of. There's a lot of options flow to try to make sense of. So once that consistency starts coming through, we have designed a tool that BlackBox has now made available to you that will let you get all caught up in seconds on what an entire day's worth of options flow means for a stock. And that is this heat map right here. So if I click on something and I'm noticing the consistency and the pricing on the stock price is trending upwards, and I'm noticing the pricing on the contracts are trending upwards, just to be sure, if there's any doubt left, all I do is I click right here on this heat map. This heat map is an awesome tool. It will give you a live graphic representation on what all of the options flow for the day means. We've got the strike prices running down the center. C0 calls that expire this week. C1 calls that expire next week. C2 calls that expire in all subsequent weeks. On the right side, we've got P0 puts that expire this week. P1 puts that expire next week, and P2 puts that expire in all subsequent weeks. If you see black shade text over here, that means that most of these contracts traded between the bid and the ask price. Blue text means most of these contracts traded at or above the ask price. And red text means most of these contracts traded at or below the bid. Red shading is indicative of bearish activity, and green shading is indicative of bullish activity. So I can instantaneously pull up this heat map and make sense of an entire day's worth of option flow. Because when I look at this heat map, I can see it looks like twice the amount of bullish contracts traded for this week than we had bearish contracts. So this is bullish. And what do you know? We had bullish trending today. So this heat map is another great tool that I like to use to help me if there's any doubt once I've found my consistency. At the same time, let's say, listen, I can't always be in front of my computer all day long. I can't do that. Maybe you can't either. Maybe you've got to be somewhere. Maybe you trade from work. Maybe you have a job. BlackBoxStocks has an alert system for options trades unlike anything that I've ever seen. Again, this is amazing stuff. Take a look. These were the alerts that we had for this day, just for today. And out of all of these alerts, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 alerts, every single one of them was potentially profitable at one point or another, ranging from 2% gains to over 300% gains intraday. We had 3 gainers that were over 100%, 3 gainers that were over 200%. Awesome stuff. Now, the way I like to use these alerts is I wait for the alerts to come through, and you can have these alerts sent to you just like a text message through your mobile device, as long as you join our private members-only Twitter feed and you configure your notification settings to do so. These alerts will be delivered to you just like a text message. So you can trade with BlackBox wherever you are. And if you've got a good risk-reward system in place and you've got a nice trailing stop loss in play, these alerts will do very well for you. So if I'm having a little bit of a busy day, I can't be in front of the computer all day. If I can, I love to trade alongside the BlackBoxStocks Twitter alerts. Now, twice a week, like I mentioned before, we do a BlackBoxStocks boot camp on and you can find those boot camp videos on our educational channel, BlackBoxStocks Education on YouTube. And we do these boot camps live every week because we want to be able to answer any questions that you may have. And in the boot camp, we cover the basics of investing and trading, okay? And we do a deep, detailed walkthrough of how to use the BlackBoxStocks trading system. We go through all the alerts. We go through all the colors. We go through every nook and cranny of this system to help you master the use of the resources that we provide for you so that you could become a self-sufficient trader and a contributor to our BlackBoxStocks family of traders. Now, speaking of our family of traders, in the boot camp, I also take us on a walkthrough through the trade rooms that we have. We offer 2 different trade rooms. Our stock trade room can be accessed right here on the BlackBoxStocks trading system website. And in our trade rooms, We have experienced traders. Our options community trade room, we offer an audio feed into the options trade room right here through the website, or you can join our trade room directly in Discord, which is the most secure discussion platform of its kind. So what I like to do, I like to follow the consensus plays. I like to look for consistency. I like to play the bouncer alerts when I see them. And I really, more than anything, I really just love to watch over the news stream during the day. And I set it on all news, and boom, I'll watch the news, I'll watch the alerts, and I'll rock and roll just like that. And that, in a nutshell, is how I like to use the BlackBoxStocks trading system and just a couple of the different strategies that I use to help me make money. And I hope you were able to get something out of it.
Mr. McDeggins, you mentioned some awesome and powerful info on how to use BlackBoxStocks. Thank you very much. I love how you specifically shared how you trade penny stocks using the Black Box Bouncer alerts. I think that will be helpful for many members and new members out there. I have one more question for you before you go, and that is, how does trading with BlackBoxStocks give you an advantage in the marketplace?
BlackBoxStocks gives me an advantage because it provides me all of the essential tools that I need to be successful. These are tools that every single trader should have. And staying ahead of these tools and having a grip on these tools lets you stay ahead of the market. And staying ahead of the market is all the advantage that you need. All of the tools and resources that BlackBoxStocks provides for you, they really are essential. And to have these tools all in one place conveniently is just priceless for me. I don't know how I traded without it.
Thank you, Mr. McDeggins. It was so fun learning all about the Black Box Bootcamp. From Team Black Box, this is Caitlin, and that's all we have for today. Remember to click subscribe below to see more exciting trading videos just like this one. You can also become a new member with us by visiting our website, www.blackboxstocks.com. As a new member, you'll receive instant access to the Black Box Bootcamp, as well as the trading community that Mr. McDeggins mentioned today. Remember, no one trades alone at BlackBoxStocks. See you next time.